All right, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Friday. I think the markets have closed for the week, and I just want to teach you guys a few things, right? This will not be a lengthy video, so I'll just go straight to the point. And I'm teaching you guys how to use order blocks, right, to make trading decisions, right? These were wonderful trades I caught. Um, I know you may not actually believe that I caught them, but so let me just show you a proof that I actually caught this trade. So share my screen now. Let me share my Let me share my Telegram where I posted this. Right. So as you can see, this is my Telegram. Right. I kind of posted to be friend. This is Kyle. As you can see, this is our chat we're talking. So this was the before of the trade. Like you can see, I can't obviously manufacture a screenshot, right? You can see the time. It was 1546 GMT plus 1, 30 seconds time frame. This was before the trade layout, which is the same thing that you can find here, the same thing here. So if I go to the 30 seconds time frame, you should find the exact same thing there. So you can see the same thing, right? So you can see and it is the same numbers. You can see the same levels. Right, so I didn't include the price levels. Right, okay. I do remove it because of blocking my screen. I can see it was the same trade, right? The same thing, 30 seconds time frame. See, the same thing. And then this was after I played out, right? Where was it after? Okay, it was after I played out, and it did massive lower, right? So I think I've proven that you can see how the trade played nicely, like it hit TP, like made more than 1:8 on that, right? So I think that has been done. So I'd just like to share um, how I got some of these entries, right? So before I go into that, I'll be talking about order blocks. You have been getting some funny definitions of order blocks and all of that. So I would also want to teach you order blocks from scratch. So forget whatever you have been taught in the past and just listen to what I have to teach you now. Right. Let me remove this alert. So move right. So this is premium trading viewer, has a lot of stuff. So we'll be diving straight into order block, right? So I think I should go to a broker that it's not on my watch list because I use a watch list so that I can be able to mark things out. So now let me go to the chart with USD card. Right. I don't trade USD card. So let's use USD card for the teaching, the chart on USD card. Right? We'll just make it invisible for a while. So when you're defining an order block, I'll just define it so you get the simplest definition of another block, right? Another block, right? So let's type it out so you can have a definition of it. Another block is right price delivery, right? Is price delivery from one bias, right? This is how I would define it from one bias to another, right? So this was the definition of another block, right? The basic definition of another block is price delivery for one bias to another, right? So I'll just teach you how to do that. So what do I mean by this? When we're talking about other blocks, we're referring to candles that show a change of character. That means when you're having, a bullish market, so you have a bullish market. What color is this? It's maybe you have. Why is this so light? So you're having a bullish market. So let me kind of edit this, make it black and a bit thicker, right? So a bit thicker, right? So now when you see this happen, right, at this point, when the market was coming from this high to this low, all right, you would notice that the market was delivering downwards. That means inside this, so inside this move down, you would find the market maybe on a smaller time frame doing something like this, delivering down. But when the market is now ready to deliver to the upside, then an order block would usually form. right? So that order block is the point at which price changes its bias. Like this market was delivering downwards, like it was coming downwards. So when the market finally comes to a turning point and then delivers to the upside, right? That's order block. That's change. That's evidence of price delivery from a bullish bias to another bias, maybe from a bullish to a bearish or from a bearish to a bullish. So forget of the English and I'll just go use live charts to show you. So now let's go to live charts to show you where there was a, I will still go back to the trades I took on US 30 this week and I'll use it to explain it, right? So let's just go back. So now, basically, when we are talking about an order block, we are looking at that evidence of price delivery, right? So when the market was bullish, higher highs, higher low, higher high. So now at this point, for the market to actually deliver to the upside, because for this market to actually take out this high, right? This high here, let me bring my arrow too. So for the market to take out this high at this point here, there must be a kind of price delivery to the upside. That means the market will stop being bearish at this point and then start delivering to the upside, taking out this high, forming what's a new high. So now this evidence, this last consecutive candle is what we now call an order block, right? So you're looking at that last push down, right? This last push down, right? The last push down, right, that happened here before price finally broke structure to the upside. So when the market comes into that order block to mitigate it, then you're looking for what your buy entries, right? So I'll use Richard to explain that and I will still do it. So now if you are doing for the reverse case, right, you know, it's also the reverse. When price is delivering downwards, right, the same price delivering downwards, all right, so your same price delivering downwards, so it actually, then price actually, let's just take this out. So price now, maybe it was here, and I can see that price was kind of trending downwards, and then you can see that after this bullish momentum came to the end there was a price delivery to the downside. What I'm saying is that price stopped delivering to the upside, it started delivering to what the downside. So this price delivery from the upside to the downside is what we call an order block. And order blocks are usually mitigated. That's what gives us our entry. So when you see that happen, you want price to do what? To come back into that zone, to do what? Give you entry. So you're looking out for price to come back into that order block to give you entry. Now, many people have given you a wrong definition of order block. Order block must be the last candle, right? It is not necessarily the last candle. It could be about 4 or 5 candles that could actually make up an order block, right? So I will use the rate charts now to illustrate it. Now let's go back to the trade I took. Right, so let's go to the trade I took on US 30. So we'll just use the replay. So I think I've proven to you guys that it was actually a real trade. I did not manufacture it. There was some funny YouTube guy. All they do is that they go and mark trade that already played out and then use it to prove a point. I don't know how they feel when they do that, but all right, so let us analyze what I was looking at on the US 30, right? So it was an amazing trade, right? It was an amazing trade. Is this US 30? Okay, trying to guess where I was. Right, so this is a US 30. All right, give me a moment. Let me go to the smaller time frame to see if, oh my, has it taken away all I was looking at? All right, so give me a moment. Let me kind of get where I was. All right, so this I was looking at on the, you know, US 30. So I think I saw this setup on the 8-hour time frame. So look at the 8-hour. Okay, like it one. Okay, I can get the one. Just 8. All right, so 8-hour. Right, so 8-hour time frame was looking at this, right? So you can see price was delivering down. So price was delivering downwards. You can see the market making series of what lower highs and lower lows. So let's mark the lower highs and the lower lows, right? So we had this lower high and then we had this lower low, right? Let me get a little bit tick. All right, so we had that. So now I saw price deliver to the upside, given that break of structure, right? And I told you that the last push down is what we call the order block or the kind of interest. And look at what happened. This was the last push down, not this. You have to look at the most recent push down. So some people will be like, okay, this is my order block because this was the last candle. Right? These are how some funny folks actually say order block. They will market this as their order block, right? This last candle, but that's not actually the case. You could find that there were other candles that printed after that candle. So you look at the most recent candle, which that gives you your order block, right? I can see markets came into the candle. Now, remember this is the 8-hour time frame, right? You have to scale down to the smaller time frame to make a confirmation. So let's go to the 2-hour time frame, right? This is how you do it. You go from bigger time frame to smaller time frame, right? Bigger time frame gives you overall bias, and then you come to the smaller time frame and do the same thing that you did on the bigger time frame, right? So let's go to the 2-hour time frame to see how we would do our trade, right? I think my network is kind of slow, but it should help. So we are okay. Let's go to the 1 hour. That was all right. So price finally came to our point of interest. We're looking at buying. So if you zoom into the 1 hour, right, or let's say 30 minutes, this is how we cut that trade, right? So if you come to 30 minutes time frame, there was what? Look at this region here. All right. My interest is this particular trade, right? Not this, right? But if I have the chance or time, I'll still explain how I got this trade, right? So now look at something. Price was also delivering down, right? You could see the market making lower high. You could see this lower low here. So price make a lower high around there and then a lower low. And then you see price giving what that break of structure, right? So now we have a break of structure that is in line with our 8-hour bias, and then we are looking for what that buy, right? So we are looking at all this and we're trying to catch a buy, right? I think I caught this first buy here. Let me see how I caught it. But before I go to the little stuff on the back, so I'll go to the bar replay, the replay tool, so we can actually get from there, right? So let me get my replay tool and get it from there. Right, it's when it was kind of slow, so it's acting up. I think it was kind of very slow. I think that's why it's kind of acting up. Let's give it a moment so you can actually enjoy this class, right? So, sorry. All right, so let's replay. Let's replay from here, right? So from here. All right, so let's see how I caught that first buy, right? When I was looking at this, there was no confirmation yet. So let's play the next candle. All right, so we're trying to see how I caught that buy, right? So, okay, right. So let's go to the 5 minutes time frame now. I think I caught this first buy on the 5 minutes time frame, right? All right, so yes, I can see it now. So look at it. So I was looking for a buy, or do market is fractal. So I was looking at this. All right, so we had the low price delivered down, and price went up again, still delivered down. And look what happened. The market took out the last obvious lower high, giving us that what break of structure. And I told you that when you see that break of structure, you look out for the last move, right? The last move before price actually delivered and broke structure. So as you could see from this point, all right, so let me take the replay tool here. All right, so let's take the replay to this point here. All right, so jump to, okay, let's take it here. Right, so this is it. So look at what happened there. Let's take it a bit forward. Right, you can see, okay. Right, so I was looking for a break and then boom. So you can see that price clearly cleared this last lower high. Right, so you have to look at the last delivery. So you had a lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We had a break, and then as you can see, this was the last push down, right? You're not looking at the last candle. This is not the candle to play. Looking at the last push down, if there was no push down here, then we would have played this. But since there was a push down here, this made this our candle of interest. You can see I put my limit at I think it was at the open. This should have been right at the open of this candle, but since I saw a week, I didn't want to risk it, so I just played this week. Right, I just put the imbalance here, something like that sort, and let us see how it played out. You can see played out beautifully. Just tapped me, and I was targeting this high for take profits, right? Targeting this high, you can see markets actually took time, but you can see market hit TP, right? So that was how I caught that first trade using market structure. That was just a kind of intermediary trade, right? There was no 1 hour break yet. So now this was where we got our 1 hour break, right? This was where we got our 1 hour break. So let's now go. So finally, price was delivering down. We now had a 1 hour break of structure. So we had that break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. Consider break to the upside, and then when price came back, right? I told you that using the 1 hour time frame, we now have this whole candle as our candle of interest, right? So we're looking at this whole candle as our candle of interest. Now I want to see price deliver again to the upside inside what this candle, right? I told you that it was the last candle before price delivered to the opposite direction, right? So this candle was the order block that we're trying to play to take price to the upside. So we had that break of structure, right? And then price came into our candle. You don't just in time here, you have to wait for the market to deliver on the lower time frame. You want to see that break of structure and then an order block form on the lower time frame, right? So let's go to the 30 minutes. We'll go to the 30 minutes. All right, so we're looking at this. I was looking at this. All right, so I was looking at this. So guys, you could see that let's look carefully. So this was the candle we're looking at playing, right? So you have to highlight the whole candle, right? From here to here. So it's the whole candle from open to the lower weekend. All of that. So I was looking at this, right? So I saw price delivering. We just have to look at the structure of the market. I saw price doing this, doing this, right? So price also delivered once again to the upside. What do I mean? This was, you see this market delivered down, and then price was eventually able to break this last structure. That means we now have a bullish break of structure, right? And not only that, there was a kind of institutional candle, right? There was liquidity resting at this point here, right? And we could see all these weeks at this point here, and they could see this candle that took out liquidity, right? Giving us that evidence of reaccumulation. So you go to the 15 minutes time frame, it's kind of clearer. So markets came here. So when I saw this, you know that whenever you see a candle take out some stops and then reverse the opposite direction, right? You would always expect that candle to be a candle to play. So I was looking at this, right? As you can see, that was the actual last down push before the market actually delivered and broke structure to the upside, right? So I was looking at this candle, I highlighted this candle as well. See how we are breaking it down. So we had this higher break, and then we highlighted this last down candle, right? This was the last down candle, right? Not this one, because it was the last down candle that also swept liquidity and then went to the upside. So when price came back here, how did I get my entry? I also look at for the same thing, the same market conditions, right? So let's go to the 3 minutes time frame, right? So let's see what happened at that point there. So let's go there. All right, so okay, let's go down there. So I was I was looking at this. So let's play a bit and see what happened. All right, so I marked the candle. I look at the whole candle here from the open to the close, and let's see what price did. Right, let's see what price did there. Right, so let's see what price did. Right, so you can see price came there while I was watching carefully and watching. Okay, price came into the candle. So what was I waiting for? I was waiting for what? A break to the upside, right? This is too fast, so let's jump back a bit. All right, so let's go back. So when price came into that candle, I went to 30 seconds time frame, right? And I showed you that initially. If you don't believe it, go to the beginning portion of this video. So I went to the 30 seconds time frame to see if I can get that entry, right? I want to get a very good entry, right? So Let's see what happened on 30 seconds time frame. Remember, I highlighted that area. This was what I was looking at by, right? This orange area below, right? So let's look at it. So price came into it, right? I was looking out for that, break of structure or that delivery, right? That upward delivery. And I was watching the charts closely, and then, right, okay. Right, good. So look at it. Look at it. So look at what happened there. So when price came here, let me remove this arrow first so you can see clearly. Right. Sorry. Let me also remove this arrow. Right. Delete. Oh, no, not that one. I'm trying to remove this arrow. All right. Trying to remove it. Right. So let's look closer at what happened. So what happened there? So price was delivering downwards. Right. So just have to know how to catch this into. You can see market delivering down. You want to see that change of delivery, right? Market was delivering downwards. You could see market delivering down. And then you saw this delivery up. And the market was delivering downward. And then what happened? You have to look out for the break on structure. So market clearly did what? It broke structure. Why? Because it broke above this last high. It closed above the last close price. So using the close price to know the break on structures, right? So we saw this close price. Market broke it, right? This was the break on structure. And then, so when I saw this, when I saw this break, I kind of instant executed here. Although market still came back, but you would have put a limit where at open. What do? You highlight the whole candle, right? You highlight from the open price down to the lower part, and then your entry should be there, right? Because now there's now done what you have now gotten a confirmation which aligns with your bigger time frame bias, right? So now look what happened, right? So we saw markets. Okay, it came back properly to activate me, and you can see the market was now, moving. You see, so is it right? So the market kind of ranged the biggest 30 seconds time frame. So market was not doing its thing, and I was just watching. All right. So before we continue, let me show you why I had my TP up there. I then go to 1 hour time frame back. Remember, you always do from that. So if we had the break or structure to the upside, where should we look at it? We should look at where this the last delivery point, right? We had this lower high, lower low, break or structure. So your overall take profit should be where this last 1 hour low, which has not been broken. So you're looking at for price to break the overall highs. So we had lower high, lower low, break or structure, then higher low. Now this you have your higher low. So you should target where this point where. If you don't understand this, please go and watch my video on market structure, right? You just come to my YouTube channel, just type on HNFS market structure. So that was why I had my take profit there. So watch what happened next. All right, so let's see what happened. All right, okay, you can see how price kept delivering, delivering and doing this thing, right? So let's make this faster with a 1 minute time frame. Make this faster, right? So continue watching. All right, so let's see. Okay, kind of threatening me there a bit, just kept going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and we finally hit take profits, right? So let's make it a bit faster now. Go to 3 minutes time frame, so you can see how price was delivering, just going for my take profit. I was looking at this high is here, take profit, right? You can see how price was, delivering, kind of ranging, and wow, it was amazing. Wow. Wow, I'm even seeing another entry that would have taken a pause. All right, look at something here. Let's look at something here. I'm seeing another entry we have gotten now. Now, remember that price delivered up, right? So see this, it had a higher high here, a higher low, a higher high, and after this down push, price now delivered up again, right? So if you are playing this, let's assume that you played this, you would have bought here and gotten it. So now price delivered up. I didn't see this earlier. So look at this. What I've done was I would have just highlighted this last push down before price was broke to the upside. And remember that our bias is up. You have to always know what the bigger time frame is doing, right? So you would have played this like the open of this candle, my stop loss just below the wicks, and I would have gotten another entry, right? So let's see what happened. Right, I didn't see this earlier, right? So kind of missed that. I didn't see that earlier. So price kept delivering. Now let's see what happened. Let's see if price would have taken us out or would have just gone for TP. I want to see price deliver again. If you can break this size, then I can highlight these new points for entries, right? So this is what price did. Okay. Let's extend our take profits. That point. So we don't miss out. So let's see. Okay, well, right. Price never came back to this entry. You can see. All right. Let's see if we hit TP. Did we hit take profits? Wow. See another entry. Wow, this was amazing. Though it did not activate properly, and that was it. So that was how price played, right? So that I just want to show you guys how we could use order blocks and all those concepts of market structure and all of that, right, to capture entries, to make precise entries and have fun in the market, right? I kind of enjoyed US 30 this week, right? So many trade ideas and all of that. So I'm ending the video now. So if you want to learn more about how I trade, because I cannot really go in depth into everything in just one video, right? You could just go through my YouTube playlist, watch my videos, or join my paid mentorship program, right? It's just $70, a one lifetime payment, and all of that, right? You saw that the traders were called beforehand, right? Screenshot, I cannot edit screenshots, right? It's not like I'm just replaying it. These are tools I course, and I show you the screenshot of them, right? When I took them, right? So the same charts, everything. So just explain my trade ideas to you, right? So have a wonderful day. See you in the next video.